guys, it's Mohsin here. Welcome back to another 8 Bubble video. And guys, before we continue with the spin tutorial part 2, I would like you guys to watch one more time part 1, because in part 1 we were completely focused on the cue ball position, because guys, spin is totally related to your next shot, because we use spin to play one shot and set up ourselves for the next shot. And now I'm going to be showing you the 3 types of backspin and 3 types of forward spin, and let's get started into that. As you can see, we have 10%, 50% and 100%. Same for backspin, and this is 50% backspin, and then this is 100% backspin. I will show you guys why we need these 3 types of spin to use for our spin tutorial and for a normal gameplay. We're gonna start with our primary standard break. In this break, it's an average between 2 and 3, and as you can see right now, I will show you guys a stun shot with only 10% use from the spin. As you can see, don't look at the bank shot, look at the white ball. It is stopped at the same place as the green was. And now we're gonna use about 50% of the spin and take the cue ball towards the top cushion. As you can see, we're using lots of power, and there you go. So it's all about where you want the cue ball to go. Forward spin, I'm not gonna use much of the forward spin in this video, because most of the time when I use forward spin, if you have seen my gameplays from the previous videos, I usually use the right forward spin and the left forward spin. That I will get to you in details in part 3, because I know lots of you are confused. And guys, there are lots of techniques and ways you can practice in the offline table. So I want you guys to select maximum backspin, and as you can see the power bar, select the first or slow power bar and see where the cue ball is going. Similarly, you can set up a shot again in this straight line, and then select maximum backspin again, and now select the medium power, the 2 bars on the left side. And as you can see, the cue ball does touch both of the cushions, and if you are not comfortable, you can actually set up a shot in a straight parallel line from the left dot to the right dot on over here, and you can again try and see. We selected the maximum backspin with the medium power shot, so that way again, then you will know exactly how much spin you need. I mean, everybody has different cues, so it's going to be different result for each cue. I just want you guys to understand that back spin slows down the ball going forward, and forward spin increases the speed. The more forward spin you use, the more the extra power you will get on the shot, because I know sometimes we need maximum, because when we have a tight angle, I will show you guys the video in part 3. When we have tight angles, we tend to use maximum forward spin to get that extra power on our shot, and hopefully we putt the ball. So it's basically this is how I used to do it back in the day. Set up a shot on the line and use different forward spins to understand. I mean, it's been a long time, guys, don't get me wrong, it's been a long time since I haven't done any practice, because now that when I play, sometimes I do make mistakes, and the good players, they also recover from mistakes, and I will also show you that in part 3 how you can recover, because in this part we are only focusing on the backspin and how much power you need for certain shots, and also we will do a little bit of forward spin, but forward spin we usually use with the bit of help of right and left spin. And also we will focus on something called forward momentum, that will also come shortly, because I have seen lots of spin tutorials on YouTube. Unfortunately, none of the tutorials contain the thing called momentum, because I know I will show you guys. As you can see, we are just having normal practice session with our cue ball, and we're just trying different shots. You can see, guys, you can put the cue ball on the left dot and just go forward and try different forward spins and see, and also different powers. As you can see, I've only selected the slow power, and look where the cue ball is going. It's all about the cue control. So if you have watched part 1 carefully and if you have done some practice, part 2 will be a lot easier for you. And I know some of you already know the spin tutorial, the spin controls, but I have made this tutorial because lots of people are confused and they ask me all the time to show them the spin tutorial. Now I know I am late, but what can we do? I mean, I have been busy making other videos and doing other stuff in life, and it's also time consuming to make the spin tutorial, because if you are using the solids or the stripes, it's very time consuming to actually place them. And I just want you guys to select any area of the table without the solids or stripes and just do practice of cue control. As I can said, we are trying to stop the cue ball onto the cushion, and we are just trying to figure it out which spin is needed for and how much power does require for us to stop the cue ball on the right side dot. You see, maximum power slow shot will not reach it, so we just need a little bit of more power. And now, guys, I'm showing you something called momentum. You see, at this point, the distance between the solid and the white ball is very less. I mean, even if you shoot slow ball, the cue ball will not scratch. See, we use maximum power. The cue ball did go a little bit forward because it did have some time to build a forward momentum. At this point, guys, if you play a similar shot just like a last shot on the green, you will definitely scratch, because there is something called forward momentum. Because you see, the more the distance you have, the more the time the cue ball has to build that forward momentum. And at this point, you see, we played the same powerful shot, but the distance between the red and white ball was very less, so the white ball did not have any time to build the momentum. Similarly, take an example of a fast-moving car. When you apply the brakes, it takes some time to stop because the car is moving very fast, and as you can see, again we scratched. Why? Because there is a large distance between the orange and the white ball. And now I will show you guys the solution, and you need backspin. So we have only selected 10% backspin, and we have selected about 90% of the backspin, 90% of the power, and that way we stop the cue ball where we want it. And again, 85% of the power, and we scratched. So you need 10% of backspin, 90% of the power to stop the cue ball. As you can see, we have selected about 20% of the backspin and a maximum power, so the cue ball is going back. So make sure you have 10% of backspin, 90% of the power to stop the cue ball and make it a stun shot. And look at this now. We didn't select 90% of the backspin, so the cue ball did go forward a little bit. So with these experiments, you guys can actually learn. And now we're gonna send the cue ball towards the top left pocket with a bit of a help of maximum backspin. So again, guys, you need lots and lots of practice to understand your cue. Every cue is different. You see, I did fail one or twice when making this tutorial because I didn't do much practice with the Galaxy Q, and so we figured it out that it needs 10% of backspin and 90% of the power if there is a big distance between the cue ball and the object ball. And if we use a backspin at this point, we will go near the bottom right pocket, So we are just gonna play a slow shot, and it shows you the line, but it doesn't go to the line if you have a less power. So yes guys, in 8-ball pool, power does matter. I mean, it matters the angle the ball will take if you have a power in your shot. And if you don't have a power, if you play a slow shot, it will become a drag shot and it will not go to the planned line that you see onto the object ball. So basically we're just gonna be doing a break, and I will also go into the real game to show you guys. And look at this break guys, we used the forward spin, and the forward spin did come into effect immediately after it got contact with the solid ball, and it just went through everybody. So basically we use a spin for the break building, and now you can see I'm playing 15 and the next ball is going to be green. So we just have to play a slow shot to make sure we don't cross the yellow solid and the brown solid. Slow shot, that's it. It's not perfect, but we can easily play green. Also we have purple available, but guys, after playing purple you only have green available because you will not have a good position for the blue and the orange into the top right corner, and playing fast shots on the middle pockets sometimes reject the pot and refuse the pot, so we might get in trouble. Now we can take a nice position, no need for any spin whatsoever because the natural angle will take us over here, and which will give us the straight position for the orange. A little bit of forward spin, but it's going to be a slow shot, and just like that we are perfectly lined up for the orange. A little bit of forward spin, trying to hit that red ball. You see guys, I wanted to use a little bit of side spin, but I will explain that in part 3. Now we can take blue without the help of any spin, but you can try a spin. Like I said guys, it's all about practice and the position of the cue ball. Played a slow shot. If we had used a forward right spin, the ball would have gone near the green and we wouldn't have a good angle. At this point we could have played a faster shot with a bit of backspin, but we played a slow shot without the backspin. Now we definitely need backspin, because if we don't use backspin we will go near the orange and purple and we might scratch. So we want to make sure that the cue ball stays in the clear area for the nice black. And now we're gonna try to see how much tighter of an angle we can take on the black to see if we can pot it or not. We're gonna attach the guidelines to the cushion, very close to cushion. Hopefully we get the pot, and you see it was refused. The pot was refused because we were way too close. So now we are setting up for a similar shot, and now we're gonna be trying. Wow, this is a fail. I wanted to scratch. Yeah, now I think now it's good enough, and it's just about the practice. You see, last time we were very close to the cushion, and now we just potted. So also guys, this is called forcing an angle. Sometimes you have to force an angle. And now let's go into the real game. We're gonna go into Soul Tower because we need the ring and we need to play more games in Soul Tower. Dark level 66. We're gonna try to win, and I'm gonna try to explain it to you, the break building technique. Alright, so we are using our secondary break with a forward left spin. This is how this break works. And wow, okay, So this was a very terrible break, but we did pot 2 balls, and it's actually a good break for the video because now we will be able to, I'm not gonna pot this orange because this is the only ball in the perfectly lined, and we can use this ball to get a nice position and open up the black and the orange. You see the forward spin? It gets you the nice angle, and now we can play blue with a bit of a slow shot, and then on the last open ground we are going to be opening up the black and the orange. Wow, this is perfect. But you see guys, the brown is not attached to the cushion, so we are going to be using maximum forward right spin, because if we don't use the right spin we will pass the black and we might not hit the black full ball. We are making sure that we hit the black full ball to see if we can open up. And this was a very nice shot, actually a dangerous shot, but we had no option, and this orange has come to the rescue of dark, and now we are in trouble because we don't have an open pot and we are forced to play a safety shot. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna send this 13 orange all the way to become friends with the purple number 4. It's all about the power, how much power you need, that's what you need to learn. And this is not perfect. We wanted the orange to be attached to 4, so we're gonna see what he's going to do. Immediately went for the backspin. That was a very nice intention. I know his intention is to open up that brown, but he's playing yellow without any spin whatsoever, and he needed to watch the angle. This is how many people scratch, because they don't understand that if you play a slow shot you will definitely scratch. So this is why we need backspin to make sure we don't scratch. Now this was a bit of a slow shot. We needed much more power than that to get a straight shot on the red. And now we are going to be using the forward spin and go between the black and the purple for a black into the bottom right pocket. And I will show him exactly where I'm going to pot the black. I have already aimed it, and I know because I have used maximum forward spin. And now we need the right amount of power, otherwise we might go below the line, and actually we are a little bit short. We want it to be parallel to purple and black, and now we can easily take the black into our desired pocket that we wanted with a bit of backspin. I mean, it's safe at this point. You will not scratch, but it's just for safety that we used backspin, straight shot into the pocket to finish the game. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to practice the forward momentum problem, because I know it's called a stun shot, and it's a very important skill to have. And again guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, part 3 will not be as late as part 2. It will be very quick, and lots of things will be covered in part 2 because it's the very important. It's gonna be the last part, and we will also play some real games in part 3 for you guys to understand the forward, right and left side spins, and why we use side spins I will explain to you all. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up because of the new system of YouTube. The more thumbs up you get, the more better for you as a YouTuber. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understand. And guys, take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.